Okay, tell me when you're ready to go. Have you started? You found the last guy.
But Jacob, I wasn't recording.
Or was that... That was 9 out of 10. There still is some more.
Okay. So, I was gonna... Okay, so we're gonna play Last Jedi, right?
Yeah, Last Jedi.
You're gonna play Last Jedi.
I'm gonna play Last Jedi.
And then I'm gonna have a rant that's been building in my mind for like the past 3 weeks. Alright? I took a break from Star Wars to focus on the much better series Bionicle. And now I want to... You might want to drop out and grab my controller or something.
Okay.
We'll
find this last dude later.
Yeah. To focus on the much better franchise known as The Bionicle. The Biological Chronicle. Now, I already knew a little bit about the Bionicle storyline. Alright, because I read, like, Chronicles, and I watched the movies, and I've read some of the comics, and, like, okay, Jacob and I were here for, since, like, 2007, the year where a big spoiler happened.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, this video might have spoilers. Might have a few. So,
Ground assault.
the main reason I wanted to talk about it is because recently I have listened through Toa Tapio Nuva's audiobooks for Bionicle. And I missed out on so much epic that I wanted to share with you guys. So I'll mainly be talking about Chronicles and Adventures today. I can save my rant on Legends for when I actually get through that part of the story.
Yeah.
We're not going to have time for it today anyway, so... So, Chronicles. This is kind of the part of the story I knew very well. I knew about the Rahi, I knew about the Borak, I knew about the Borak Call. One book that I didn't pay huge attention to as a kid was the book Tales of the Masks. And I didn't pay huge attention to it because, like, the first few stories in it is, like... It's kind of like just kind of wholesome lessons of wisdom, I guess. Based on stories from, the Toa Nuva and stuff. That's what the first 3 chapters are. But then you get into chapters 4, 5, and 6. And oh my goodness, if you have not read Tales of the Masks, chapters 4, 5, and 6, just the foreshadowing for Mitra Nui, it's just awesome. They fight the Rahi Nui, and then Vakama implies that he did some epic sometime in the past. And it's just like, okay, I can't wait to get into Adventures after this. So, actually, you know what? I wanted to talk about Adventures. Okay? Because when I was a kid, I did not appreciate the Mitra Nui storyline. I used to think it was kind of like, okay, listen up, young whippersnappers, let me tell you a tale from my youth. Back when me and the boys saved your bums from Makuta, and the Karzani, and the filler book Into Darkness, and other stuff. But actually, listening through the stories of Mitra Nui again, it gives me so much more appreciation for Greg Farshtey as a writer. So, the first book of Adventures is Mysteries of Mitra Nui. And, this is a very tame start to Mitra Nui. You got this giant city-sized plant tearing apart the city. It's pretty tame. It's pretty tame in comparison. This book really just kind of introduces the Toa Mitru and the Mat Tauren, and the fact that one of them is going to betray them all. And so, it's nice. One thing I will say is that the Toa Mata in Chronicles, you know, they have arguments sometimes, but it's clear, like, you know, they still love each other, you know? It's clear they're still brothers. I think the most is, like, okay, they seem mildly annoyed by each other, but it doesn't really seem like they hate each other. The Toa Meitru just hate each other. They just do not like each other. I think especially, forgive me if I pronounce his name wrong, because I do not know how to pronounce these characters' names. Aniwa, however you pronounce his name, is just a massive jerk, and I hate his guts. You know? It's just kind of like, he hates Vakama, he hates Nuju, and it's just like, this character is just so mean. And so they fight the Morbuzak, alright? They get the Great Discs, they fight the Morbuzak, and that's fine. That happens in Trial by Fire, which I like pretty well. Then we get into Book 3, which as a kid I did not appreciate, because I thought it was very fillery. Into Darkness, back when I was a kid I didn't appreciate horror very much, and also I feel like, okay, for some of the same reasons Jacob hates Return of the Jedi is kind of where my problems with Into Darkness takes place.
I died.
It's kind of like...
There was a mission to beat this without getting defeated, but how do I get the proton torpedoes?
You kill people with proton
Apparently
torpedoes.
it's not that way.
You kill people with proton torpedoes. That's how you get them.
How do I get my first one?
You kill people with proton torpedoes.
That's not very helpful. Also, collectible detector isn't really working.
Yeah.
There were blue rings, but now there's not. And there's still a canister to get.
That's a bit of a problem. Into Darkness is the Among Us chapter of Bionicle, where it's like there's this shapeshifter, and she's taking the forms of all the Toa Nuva throughout the story. And so, like, it's... You know, it's very sus, because, like, there's clearly something going on here where it's like the Toa are fighting each other and stuff. And at the end of the book, it's revealed there's a shapeshifter who's, like, got this sanctuary for Roxy or something that, like, yo, she's just mad about people coming here and messing it up. And I found this character very interesting on second viewing, but it's still kind of the case that Into the Darkness is very much a side story. You know, it's like, okay, so the mission from the beginning was they were gonna get the discs, save the town, and Taragra Doom. So they get the discs, they fight the Morbuzak, and then they're gonna go to Taragra Doom. And then Nupru comes out of nowhere. He's like, A dam is about to fall into the archives in Mitra Nui. Start the new Adventures 3 Into Darkness. Hey, you can start Adventures 3 Into Darkness. And off to the rescue. And they do that. Now, here's the thing. Two books I'm going to talk about later, I think it's like Voyage of Fear and Maze of Shadows, kind of integrates the sort of tunnel horror a lot better than into the story a lot better than Into Darkness does. Because like it's kind of on their voyage, you know, to save the Matoran. But Into Darkness is like they kind of go off to the side. And I feel like one way you could fix this is like, you know, after they beat the Morbuzak, maybe they get trapped in like the Great Furnace and they gotta find some exit through the archives or something. Instead of just having the story do, like, a complete stop, and then tomorrow, like, they're about to go tell Taragra Doom that they're Toa or something, and then Nupru's like, hey, go do this thing, and then they go do this thing now. Still like the book. But it does kind of feel like the one you can skip.
Okay. Do you
except for the character of Kraka, you know?
Yeah.
The character of Kraka is pretty interesting.
Do you want to know why that book actually isn't filler?
Well, I know it's not filler. You know, I comedically exaggerate it.
But do you know the two impacts it had on the story? Because I think you know what one of the impacts was, because you read the 2005 books. But
there is one thing I was thinking during one scene during it.
Yeah?
But I think it's a massive spoiler, so I'm not going to say it.
Actually, wait, now that you mentioned it, I think there's 3 things that book did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you what the things that book did for the Bionicle story was?
Sure.
It introduced Kraka, or Krakoa, or whatever, who ended up being like...
Yeah, I know. Their names are similar, right?
Yeah. Who ended up being like a pretty major player in the 2005 story and helping save them from the Vizrak. Introduced the concept of Proderma seals, which is how they beat Makuta at the end of 2004, and it drained the Toa's elemental powers. Oh. The reason why they're so easily beaten in the 4th book is because they're still weak from the fight with Kraka.
Oh, okay.
That's what that book was supposed to do.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's like I saw the movie beforehand, so I already know Protoderma seals existed. So
I have to use these proton torpedoes to kill the guys that give me proton torpedoes.
And then we get into the 4th book, Legends of Mitra Nui.
Did I do it? I did do it. Okay.
Now, one thing is like, okay, it's like looking back, I thought I forgot more of Legends of Mitra Nui than I did, but that's just because,
where's the last canister?
The Mask of Life is like this movie that goes over like the whole island. Legends of Mitra Nui is like they go to Lee Metru and then they go to Po Metru and then like they save the boys and then the climax happens. So it's just like less stuff happened in Legends of Mitra Nui. So that's why I thought I forgot more of it. And the books actually follow the movie pretty well. Like, I think it's like Chronicles 5, Legends 4, and Legends 9 follow the movie pretty well. You know? And it's like they even go back and talk about some of the stuff that happened beforehand in the other books.
How do I get the last canister?
It's just the movies kind of skip over some stuff that was also important to the series. Like, you know, the books go into more detail on how they got the discs and defeated the Morbuzak, and also Challenge of the Hordika, which, okay, I am very excited to talk about that one. So yeah, that Legend of Mitra Nui, pretty good. Makuta, just one of the best antagonists in, like, storytelling ever. And I'm not exaggerating in that.
I think his plan is one of the best. I think, like, him as a character got weaker as the story went on.
Okay, so I can get into Time Trap, and I can say something very controversial, which I think it does to the character of Makuta. Okay? And it's actually something I like that it does. But we'll get to that. Okay? So Legends of Mitra Nui, I think it's pretty good. You know, it's like if you've seen the movie, you know what happens during Legends of Mitra Nui. The comics introduce one of my favorite out of nowhere characters in all of Bionicle, the Tartorak.
Yeah,
he is one of my favorite characters in all of Bionicle because his first appearance is just this sort of no context. Just he comes out of the ground and he starts saying, "Tell me the answer. Tell me the answer." We don't know what he wants to know the answer to. He just wants to know the answer to something. He's like this massive creature that just like tears apart buildings and stuff. And he just like goes on a rampage. And it was like they got to get the Vakian to defeat him. And like the Toa got to fight him. And it's just like this character does not appear in the book Legends of Mitra Nui. Okay? He appears in the comics alone up until a specific book that I really love in this series. I like the Tartorak so much. Okay? If I could, like, you know, just settle down, raise a few kids, you know, with any character in Bionicle, it would probably be Toagali. But the Tartorak is pretty dope. The Tartorak is the kind of character I'd want to tame and have as a pet. You know? This is the kind of character where it's like, okay, if I have this as a pet, no one would mess with me. Because I have the Tartorak. I have the Tartorak, and I can say, Mr. Tartorak, that guy has the answer. Go sick him. Go on. Go be a good boy. Go fetch.
Go get him.
So the Tartorak, I love him. I love them. And I know, Jacob kind of explained to me what the question was, what the answer was. And, it's like, okay, I need to read through Legends to really get into that a little bit more. But it's just, the Tartorak, just out of nowhere, I love him. He is so dope. He's so dope. Then we get into Book 5, The Voyage of Fear. Now, I think I'm going to talk about these two books in the same time because they're kind of similar in plot. Voyage of Fear and Maze of Shadows, what is wrong in Greg Farshy's mind? What is going on in that mind of his that he was able to make these stories? Okay, this is one thing I'll just say. Even since, the first time we saw the archives, it was clear, okay, Mitra Nui has a lot of potential for, these very disturbing Rahi creatures that are just, super dangerous or whatever. Okay, I'm just gonna say, I do not want to be an Unu Matoran. If there was one species of Matoran I absolutely would not want to be, it's an Unu Matoran. I don't want to work in the archives. That would be absolutely terrifying. And then we get into Voyage of Fear, and this whole book is about, this Unu Matoran who got exiled because, he cared so much about these creatures that were incredibly destructive. And so they were sent to, this... Okay, I want someone to make a 3D map of Mitra Nui, Matanui, and the Seagate. Because I know the plot twist, and I still don't know how that works. I still don't know how you can go, you could go across water from, this sort of underground, sort of artificial city area, and then just, go through, a passage in the sea, and then come out on, this island somewhere. I don't know how that works. So I'd like to see an official 3D map of this place. I'd tell you what. And I like the character of, what was his name right now? I want to say it began with an N.
Mavra?
Oh, Mavra. Yeah, Mavra. Because there's Mavra, and then there's a later character, Mazika, and sometimes I get them confused. But yeah, Mavra.
Mavra?
Yeah, it was Mavra. I remember it now. Mavra, I like this character so much. He's a former friend of Whenua. He went a little bit insane. He's kind of a John Hammond, to some extent. And basically, they're crossing the Seagate, and they're in, Jurassic Park. Just, aquatic Jurassic Park. And there's all sorts of just, disturbing creatures here. And, the climax of the book is, this epic war brawl between the Rahi, the Vaki, the Kralhi, which is this, prototype version of the Vaki or something. It's just, there's an all-out war between these characters. And, Whenua has to turn to Mavra and say, dude, you call these people your friends, but you're hurting them by making them do this stuff. You're hurting them. And then in the end, Mavra dies.
Yeah.
He just dies. He tries to call off the battle, and then he dies.
I think that's one of the more violent deaths in Bionicles.
Yeah, he tries to call off the battle, and then he dies. That's it's something where it's okay, Mavra's the main antagonist of this book, but it doesn't really feel like he's a bad guy. His intentions are good, but it is okay, he has a lot of spite towards Taragraduma and the Matoran because they made him go live, they, sent the Rahi away, and,
Rose, Han, or Chewie, it looks
so it's yeah, and as a guy who thinks, animals are just, better people than people, just a guy who notices, the good in animals, and then, I just do not like humans a lot. Don't hate them. Just, humans kind of sus. Do you maybe have to do all 3 of them? Or all 4? How many there are in here? Oh yeah, you see those lights are lighting up. That's kind of funny. I like how Chewie, Han, and Maz are all in their database.
Yep.
That's funny. So then we get into Maze of Shadows, which is just like... Okay, one thing I will say is that through the entirety of reading through Metro Nui, there's something very unnatural about the Rahi throughout the Bionicle storyline.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel like, spoiler alert, I kind of know who made some of these Rahi. I might not say who it is, but it's like, I guess Maze of Shadows kind of reveals it, is that, you know, the Makuta were the ones who made the Rahi. And, you know, it kind of shows in this book. In this book, you get to see some of Makuta's experiments. You know? And I guess I'd say, like, the main antagonist of Maze of Shadows is the Karzani. The devil plant, basically. This prototype of the Morbuzak, who's like, not as, this kind of character who's like, okay, we don't really see the destructive power of the Karzani too much. We see that it is able to kill stuff. But it's like, it's this plant that's much smarter than the Morbuzak. And it hates Makuta. And it wants to, you know, it wants to take Metro Nui for itself, basically. And so Makuta started over, and he made a much dumber Karzani plant. And that was the Morbuzak. And I think, like, we'll get into this more in Time Trap. It's, like, an interesting thing seeing in the Metro Nui saga is, like, characters that are very intelligent, but compared to other characters, are incredibly stupid. Just by comparison, they look stupid. So it's like... I can get into this in the Time Trap, because I got a very somewhat controversial opinion in Time Trap. So yeah, we get through that, and it's basically just like Lovecraftian horror with the Karzani plant and stuff.
I want down. No, not left. Down. There you go.
And it's like, okay, the Toa Mitra are so lucky they didn't have to go through this stuff twice. You know, when they went back for the other Matoran, it's very convenient that they didn't have to go through Mangaya again, and they didn't have to go through Mavra's Sanctuary again. It's very convenient, you know? Fairly convenient. So yeah, Maze of Shadows happens, and it's pretty disturbing. Then we get to what's kind of like a 3-part story. It's like the story of the Vizirac kind of takes up 3 books. It's like the first one is mostly just them getting back to Metro Nui and seeing it in ruins, and then also being introduced to like some new threats, like the Vizirac. And then at the end, they get turned into Mr. the Hordika. And then we get into what is probably like my favorite book of adventures is Challenge of the Hordika, where it's like we get to see the sort of the animalistic nature of the Hordika. You know, one thing I will say is that the books made me appreciate the Vizirac a lot more than the movies did, because Web of Shadows has like the least stuff. Well, I guess it kind of has the climax, I guess. And then the battle at the end, you need to use the Gonk Droid. You need to use the Gonk Droid.
I need to use the box.
Or the box. Use the box, too. So it's like the movie didn't talk about all the epic and dope that happened in Challenge of the Hordika. You know, it's like Challenge of the Hordika kind of builds the characters of the Rahaga more. You know, it's like, okay, Cullis and Aruni and these other characters, they're actually characters in this time and not just toys, you know?
Yeah.
And Web of the Shadows is kind of like, okay, Nork's the only one who's really important in this story.
I am curious how I'm supposed to lock the guards in a cell.
Like, I do like the backstory of the Rahaga, too. I feel like it's very, very tragic. Rodaka is just a terrible person. Rodaka, and I guess to some extent Sidorak, but he dumb. Rodaka is just a terrible person. Like, the way she threatens the Vizorak, it's like, the Vizorak are victims. The Vizorak are victims of, like, these terrifying rulers that they just, like, are afraid of. And so we get through the book, and I feel like the books also do a better job at portraying Vakama's betrayal. Because in the movies, it feels like it just kind of happens, you know? We see a little bit of Vakama's doubt, but we don't see the main stuff that made him doubt. The main stuff that made Vakama doubt is this sort of half-truth that Rodaka reveals to him, that makes sense. It all makes sense why this story is so much more, like, disturbing and stuff than Chronicles. It's like, we were never meant to be Toa. We just were not meant to be Toa. This is why we've been going through all this hard stuff. This is why we've been, we're not supposed to be Toa. We're not where we're supposed to be. And then he just gets really mad. He just gets really mad about that. And it's like, throughout the book, you sort of see this build. You see this build. I feel like with Vakam, it's kind of interesting. With Klaus and Nuju, I feel like, you know, we get to see where Nuju learned his,
Wait, can I close
his Rahi
this?
speak, which I think is kind of interesting.
How do I close this cell? Can I close the cell?
Can you
Is there
close it?
any way to close the cell? Because right now, because there's a mission to like lock the guards in a cell. There's a guard in that. Oh, he's leaving it.
Maybe there's another one you can close.
Yeah, it's weird because there's lots of cells I could open.
Okay, I'm just going to talk about the Zyvon in the room. The climax of Challenge of the Hordika. You know, this is something I've been thinking listening through the audiobooks, is that Bionicle is an anime, and the Zyvon versus Tatorak proves it. The Zyvon is this massive creature, this massive, like, sort of scorpion spider creature. He's not really Vizorak, but he works with them because he needs food. And you see what the Zyvon does is he eats the Vizorak. And whenever they win a battle, the Zyvon eats half of the Vizorak army he fought with. The Zyvon is one hungry mofo. And Wanua, I think it was Wanua, right? Wanua, he kind of met Kraka earlier, and he was like, okay, Kraka, let's team up. We both hate Rodaka. Let's just go punch Rodaka in the face. And then he devises a plan. Hey, let's tell the Tartorak that the Vizorak have Mr. the Answer, and the Tartorak gets mad. You know, he's like, oh, gotta get me some of that answer. So he just kind of like comes out of the ground with Wanua on his back, and he starts marching towards the Colosseum or wherever that climax took place. I don't actually remember if it was the Colosseum or if it was like some web or something.
This is the only one I can both open and close. So I think this is where I've got to trap them.
Yeah.
So now I just need to lure one in there somehow.
And the Vizorak unleashed the Zyvon, and he's also like this building-sized monster. And so basically there's just a kaiju fight in between the events of the Toa becoming Hordika and them finding Kitangu, which we just did not see in the movie. I was missing out on so much. This is like my favorite climax of any of the Bionicle books so far. Time Trap? You know, Time Trap, when we get around to Time Trap, I like that one for a different reason, but in terms of how epic the final battle is, Tartorak and Kraka fighting the Zyvon is just epic. Or Zivion, or however you pronounce it. I don't know how to pronounce Bionicle names. This is the scene that made me convinced that Bionicle does need to be animated by the same guy who did Samurai Jack. I want to see this scene in like a sort of anime style, like I just want to see an animation of the scene. Maybe
Guards
even just
wandering. Is one of them gonna go in there?
Maybe even just fan art of the scene, because like I haven't found fan art of the scene yet, and it's just this is just the kaiju Bionicle fight. It's just so epic. I love it. I love Tartorak, and this scene makes me like Zevon or whatever you call it.
They aren't going.
Another thing I will say is that Web of Shadows is like the only book in Adventures to really talk about Sidorak, like at all. The other two books mention he exists, but he doesn't really say anything, and he only does like it's implied that he's overseeing some of these battles, but you know, it's like they don't really mention him doing anything. It's really the focus is on Rodaka, who is the main antagonist of the Visorak trilogy. So yeah, I love Challenge of the Hordika. One of my favorite books in Adventures.
Come on.
It's dope. Dope.
Come on, dude.
Come
on.
And then we get into Web of Shadows, which is basically the same as the movie.
Follow me. No, don't kill him. Dude. I need him alive. I need to put him in the prison cell. Dude. Friend. Here, Come on.
I can drop in real quick.
Yeah, because I have no idea how we're supposed to get these guys to go into that cell, because it's not on their path. It's this way.
Okay. So, do you want me to... Hang on. I could go in there, and then you can close the door on him.
Yeah.
Here. I'll go in here.
It's this one. Not the Gonk Droid one. We can't close the Gonk Droid one.
This one?
This is the only cell that I've seen that has, like, a lever we can...
Oh.
Okay, now he's attacking me, so I'm going to lure him in.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, I go out here and I pull the lever. Yay!
Did that count? That didn't count.
That count.
Oh, it counted. Okay.
You had to wait. You just had to be patient.
No, can you let me out? Before you drop out, can you open the door again? Alright, fine.
Okay. Now I'm going to drop out so you can do this on your own. Web of Shadows is more of the movie again. One thing I will say is that I appreciate Kitangu's character more now. Just like kind of knowing the lore behind this character a little bit more is like, I like him. I like Kitangu. I like Kitangu quite a bit. And I will say the books make Vakama's betrayal. I said this before. The books make Vakama's betrayal a lot more believable. You know?
Does this sound the alarm? No. Oh, it does.
No. No. Oh, it does.
I need more people to kill.
So I probably won't talk about Web of Shadows too much. But I will say,
I really don't have to
Sidorak is dumb.
Will if I have to.
Sidorak is stupid. Sidorak is dumb. How could he not see that coming from a mile away?
Alright. Give me some guards to kill.
I think the funniest thing about the ending of Web of Shadows to me is, like, Kitangu was there. He was lying on the floor. And Sidorak's like... Sidorak's just like rambling on. He's like saying, "Oh, Rodaka, why don't you have this final shot?" And like Kitango's just there. Sidorak could take his shot. He doesn't need to wait for Rodaka. And then Rodaka's like, "Nah, fam, I'm good." And then like Sidorak's like, "But I can't defeat him myself." And it's just like, in the time it took Sidorak to say, "But I can't defeat him myself," Kitango's able to stand up. He's just able to just stand up, just punch the guy in the face, and kill him. And he's dead now. Like, like, his target was there. He was on the ground. He could have done it anytime. And it's just, "But I can't defeat him myself." Sidorak's dumb, but I think that's actually something I like about the book. Just Sidorak's dumbness. And then we get into Time Trap. Ooh! Time Trap. Time Trap. Okay, I'm just gonna say this. And it might sound controversial. Time Trap both is able to simultaneously make me afraid of Makuta and think he is stupid. I don't know how to explain it. I think you just have to read the book.
Okay, I'm missing something here.
In order to understand it. But like, man, it's like,
Do
okay.
you have to, like, get all the cells opened?
So first of all, the way I see it, and maybe it's just because I haven't read Legends yet, maybe Legends explains why he did it a little bit more, but Makuta didn't really need to kill off Nadiki and Kureka. He just kind of did it.
It's because Makuta can only shapeshift with, like, masks that they have stored, and he needed to become a larger form.
Oh.
And so he used their bodies to build a larger form.
I guess.
Which is weird because I'm pretty sure he already had a larger form before he disguised himself as Duma.
Yeah. It's like, I don't really see a reason he needed to kill Nadiki and Kureka and get the entire Shadow Mafia on his back. But he did that. You know, he did that. And it's like, I do like Time Trap. It kind of gives me some intrigue towards the Dark Hunters. But also, it makes me realize, okay, Makuta, why did you do that? These guys were your allies. You know, you were on good terms with the Dark Hunters. You didn't need to kill off Fat Polly, you know, on the day of the Shadowed One's daughter's wedding. You didn't need to do that. All right? You didn't need to do that. But I feel like the real thing that makes me say, okay, this is a something Makuta.
Okay, now I think I have to kill the guards.
This is something that makes me think Makuta is dumb. Is like, so Makuta was reading the stars, right? And he got this idea. Okay, so the prophecy is that Nuri and Vizola and these guys, okay, the prophecy is that these guys are going to become Toa. So I'm going to change destiny. I'm going to make these guys, I'm going to make their mortal enemies the Toa. Ha ha ha, I'm so smart. I'm Makuta. And like, he just didn't realize that, like, okay, if they're Matanui, that character, if he's like controlling the stars, you know, and he knows Makuta kinda sus, you know, it's like surely he could deceive Makuta, you know? And so Makuta just kind of fell for that. And now, this is a moment that makes Makuta look stupid, in my opinion. But then, the exact next moment, like after the Karzani's done telling Vakama the story, Makuta, like, starts walking down into Mangaya, and he's like, "Hey, Vakama.
Okay.
Let's rumbo."
Got it. Okay.
And, like, this just makes Makuta look terrifying. So it's like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. This is sort of the way I see the book, and it's a very odd way of seeing the book, in my opinion. But it's like, I don't know. I kind of like it. you know? Seeing Makuta as like, okay, so he's a very terrifying threat, but you can see that he can be deceived, and he isn't, you know, Makuta's not this like all-powerful being. He's like, he's a lot scarier. He has a lot more power. He has a lot more cunning and plan making and stuff than any of the Matt Torn or Toa. But he's still not the greatest being in the Matt Torn universe. And it's like, Makuta can be defeated if you do it right. If you're smart enough and you play your cards right, you can defeat Makuta. But he is still, like, very scary. He's like, ooh, scary, I'm Makuta now.
Ooh, he's scary.
And then, you get into the ending of Time Trap. Oh boy, the ending of Time Trap. This is so much spoilers. This is so many spoilers now. The ending of Time Trap. Kama has the Mask of Time. He's got a hammer. And he's like, hey Makuta, you don't back off, I am going to break space-time. I can destroy this mask right now, and it will break time and space. You don't want that, do you? And like Makuta's like, oh, well, you don't want that either. And then Vakama's like, okay. And then like, no, don't do that. No, don't do that.
One of these quests I can only do in story mode, but I'm going to do free play anyway.
Don't do that. I don't do that. It's not cool. And he's like, okay, then you leave the Matt Torn alone. It's like, oh, no, fam, I'm going to do that. And then Vakama's like, no, don't do that. No, don't do that. I don't want that. And you know, in the end, they come to an agreement. All right, Makuta will leave the Matt Torn alone for an allotted period of time. Kama will take the Mask of Time. He'll go back to Matanui. He'll awaken the Matt Torn, and everything's gonna be all right for a few years. And then Makuta's gonna come back. And one thing I forgot to mention with Chronicles is that, like, as soon as the Toamata show up, Makuta gives these people no mercy. Like, as soon as the Toa go down into Mangaya to defeat Makuta, the Toa go down into Mangaya to defeat Makuta, and the second they get back up...
How do I restrain Ray? It says I have to restrain Ray 3 times, but I don't know what that means.
Did you get it? Is that what that Kyber brick was for? No, that's for True Jedi.
That's True Jedi.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
Hang on, actually, I'm gonna... So we can experiment with this.
Yeah, during the Chronicles, like, Makuta just sends out wave after wave of enemies. Like, it's like, as soon as they get out of the Kini Nui, a Matt Torn shows up and he's like, Borak! 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 And they go to Takoro, and now they have to fight the Borak. You right? And then they seal the Balrog in whatever they sealed the Balrog in.
I don't think that's what that means.
Then, when it comes to the Borak call, it's kind of implied that this took place only like a few days after the events of the Borak or something. Because it's kind of like, you know, I think at least with the animations, which aren't entirely canon, it's like Takua and Jala are just coming back from Gakoro. It's like they get there, and already they see the Borak call taking the Toa Nuva symbols. So it's like that happens. And then they defeat the Borak call in a really good death scene that's like probably my only real favorite thing to come out of the Borak call storyline. Is their death scene, which is just awesome. And then after they defeat the Borak call, okay, there's a bit of a time of peace. But then the Rakshi come, and the Rakshi destroy Takoro. And, like, everyone is basically like, okay, this is too much. Let's just move back to Mitranui. And they defeat Makuta once and for all. Yay. So basically, I was very much a Bionicle noob. Listening through adventures. Still not a master on Bionicle lore. But I have a newfound appreciation of the series, which is incredibly great. And also, I'm gonna have nightmares now. Because that. So, I like Bionicle. It's fun. It's disturbing. It's dark. This ain't your grandma's Lego theme, essentially. It's like, okay, Ninjago's not as good as Bionicle, but I feel like, you know, Ninjago, it's alright. But it's like, okay, if I had to pick between Ninjago having a TV series and Bionicle having a TV series, that's a difficult choice. You know? That's a difficult choice. I definitely want a Bionicle TV series, even if it's fan-made. And one thing I will say, I appreciate fan creations, fan stop motions of these stories. Like, there was that guy who did one based on the Voyanui and Marinui stuff. Island of Doom and, can't remember what the other one was called. And then there was another guy who I think did a stop motion of Time Trap, which I feel like after listening to Time Trap today, basically, I kind of want to listen to that. I kind of want to see that. Kind of want to see that stop motion. It's like, you know, it's just Bionicle, man. Bionicle is a horror series. At least Metro Nui is. Metro Nui is sci-fi horror that I love and appreciate. Man. Bionicle, man. Bionicle. Alright. So, Jacob. I want you to tell me where I'm wrong with everything I just said.
Oh. That, I don't know.
What do you disagree with me on? What do you agree with me on? Go on.
I wasn't really picking up on much.
Oh, okay.
The only thing that I could possibly gripe about is that Makuta Pterodax in like the first 3 years was such a great antagonist because he was just kind of like a force of destruction that destroyed because he was the force of destruction.
Yeah.
But then from 2004 and onward, he just kind of became a Megatron.
Yeah.
He's just like, I am evil, muhahaha, and
For
it was
me,
like a little bit less compelling.
For me, I can appreciate both versions of Makuta.
Yeah.
I can appreciate where it's like,
Let
okay,
me get out of here. I need force stuff.
I can appreciate the idea of Matanui being creation and Makuta being destruction.
Oh my god, can you
And then
just get her out of here?
okay. And then I can also appreciate a very flawed antagonist who had like this master plan that he kind of won in the end, but that not really. It was a fleeting victory, I guess. I can appreciate both Makutas, basically, but I will admit there was kind of a change between Metro Nui and...
Wait, but then... Hold on. Well, then where is this supposed to go?
Is that a battery?
I think it's a battery.
Jacob, do you need
But
to
how
take
do
your
I-
batteries?
Oh, do we plug it in? I think we plug it in.
I guess I could go ahead and help you now, but I might be in player 2 mode.
Okay.
Oh, you gotta lift this thing out. Look.
No, put it back. Put it back.
Oh.
I just figured it out, and you just ruined it.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, now, no. Now pull it out.
Okay.
Now put it back in.
Put it back in. Okay.
Okay.
Yay! So that rant actually didn't take as long as I thought I did. I thought I would go
Well,
into more detail.
I spent a lot of time on that Podameron level trying to find the last minikit, and I couldn't. And then I spent a lot of time in the second level trying to figure out how to put a guard in a prison, and it took forever to figure out.
Well, I think
but
think
also,
people
hang on.
might appreciate my Bionicle rant and me saying
Okay.
the same thing over and over.
So now that you're
again,
playing, Kyle has to restrain Ray 3 times, which I don't know what that means at all. And then we have to knock one of the guards down a shaft during the fight.
What does it mean to restrain me?
Yeah, because you would think it would be this.
Maybe I have to get out of my handcuffs or something?
Maybe? Can you get out of your handcuffs?
I don't know. You've just been playing in big head mode this entire time as well.
Yes.
Just this entire time. Yeah.
And I will say this level is so boring without talking. Because it's just slowly walking down a hallway.
Wow.
And it's like...
I think at the end of this we could look up what restraining Ray means if like we can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Wait, can we switch character in this? Is this in free play or story mode?
This is in free play.
Oh. So are we just forced to be Rey and Kylo Ren this entire time?
We can change out, but...
Oh, maybe that's why, because you gotta do it in story mode.
It could be. It's just, I thought that free play Kylo that it auto-selects at the beginning of the level would count as story mode Kylo.
Well, there are other challenges for this. Did you get those other two?
The last one is when we're in the fight with the guards, we have to throw one down a shaft.
Oh, okay. Is this the only other minikit we gotta get?
Yeah, this should be the last minikit. Please let me grapple up top. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me grapple up. Can I grapple up? Thank you.
So do you see why I think I kind of hate Skywalker?
Yeah,
Saga now?
I've been saying this stuff since we started the game.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I knew it. So I had these problems since we started the game. But, like, I didn't straight up hate the game then. You know, I saw the good in it. I saw the beauty. But now...
Now, like, the clunkiness is starting to, like, clink in.
I think it's because it's way too long.
Yeah.
If this game were shorter, maybe I'd be into it, you know? Because the thing about hub worlds in LEGO games is it should just be an excuse to get you to the next level, right?
Yeah.
And, like, there are some hub worlds that are really big and really good. Like, I think in particular Gotham City and Batman 2 and the 2 Lord of the Rings hub worlds. I think in particular those are the hub worlds I can think of in LEGO games that are actually, like, pretty good. Most of the other stuff, it's like, okay, the levels are really good, and then the hub world's just like, can we not do the hub world? Just not. Oops. Did we get all the minikits?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm player 2 now, actually. Don't know if the fans know this or not, but I'm player 2.
Yeah, which is kind of weird.
We can switch after this level if you want.
I can't remember what we were supposed to do here.
Oh, did it say we got another quest done? I saw a 2 out of 3 thing above the screen.
It did.
Huh.
Wait, was that the guard mission?
Oh, throw one of them
No,
down the thing.
that was the restraining thing. Huh?
Well,
how
I'm
did we
I'm
get
gonna
that
pick up-
one?
I'm gonna...
Woo!
And one thing I will say is that the Toa Mitru, I don't know. I think I respect the Toa Mitru as heroes more than the Toa Mata. Just because they had to go through so much more horror. You know?
No, let me grab the thing.
And it's like in Voyage of Fear, it's like they did this for 6 Matt Torrin. And technically 5 because they lost Akmau and no one cares because it's Akmau. But it's like, yeah,
their
they
heads
know
are
what
small
it had.
now. Why are their heads small? Big then big again.
I feel like at this point, Vakama knows what it takes to be a hero. To grow up strong and not be wrong.
You beat me to
Also,
it.
okay, so this is just kind of a nitpick, but Bionicles do not age and they do not, like, reproduce, you know? But there's still so many references to, like, marriage and motherhood and fatherhood and, like... I think Sidorak aged, didn't he? In, like, the events of Time Trap? Like, there's so many
Volparak.
jokes that are just, like, Mummy and Daddy are fighting or something. There's so many jokes like that in Bionicle, and these characters just don't reproduce.
Ooh, ouch.
And then another thing is apparently love is not canon, but also Matau wishes Nokama was more than just a friend. And
He wants to nest build. So,
he wants to nest build.
so I don't know if we have to force push or pick them up with the force or whatever, but we have to find some way to get one of these guys in one of those shaft holes.
Okay.
That sounded wrong.
So I'm playing as Mrs. Skywalker.
Yeah.
So how? I don't entirely know how. Did you get 100% in the other 2 levels?
No. The first level, I could not find the last mini kit, and while looking for the mini kit, I died, so I didn't get the first achievement.
You searched for so long.
Did that work?
Oh.
Haha, got him.
Okay, so now we just gotta defeat these guys.
What happened to that guy?
He died.
Well, I saw that.
There's no penalty for death in this game.
You lose money.
Do I? Do I lose money? I feel like the main penalty for death in LEGO games is that it just takes you a while to respawn.
That's the main penalty in GTA races.
One thing I do think is kind of annoying is if you throw your lightsaber at the other guards, they don't lose health. That's a nitpick, though.
There's a fire that started under me, and I'm not dying from it.
Yeah? You surprised at this point? It's Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
It is Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
It's Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Yeah, please, someone animate Tatorak versus Zivion. Please. Please, I beg of you. Yay!
All right, let's swap controllers.
We killed them all, not just the men, but the women and the children too.
We collected them all. Ooh, he's buff.
I haven't been paying attention to the mumbles. I've just been rambling about Bionicle. I like Bionicle. Oh yeah, another thing I realized is that this is kind of personal between us, but our Lego collection,
Yeah.
the only collections we're missing characters from is the Toa Mitru, the Toa Hordika, the Rahaga, and the 2005 Titans.
Yeah. Like, most of our other collections aren't complete, but we at least have some of the characters.
Yeah. I think that is kind of part of the reason for that is that the 2005 sets are just not as good
Yeah.
as other years. You know?
Yeah, they're not great.
So yeah, I think next time we go Lego hunting, we might want to focus on Metro Nui stuff.
Find a way to drop a TIE interceptor on top of Captain Phasma. Inflict damage on Captain Phasma in 9 unique ways. Oh. Okay. So we just have to experiment with different ways of killing Phasma. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that whole level is just a boss fight.
I guess it is, but yeah, still. It's just a boss fight. We collect them all.
Oh yeah, and then after this we have to do the epic climax.
Yeah, the amazing climactic level of The Last Jedi, where we do so much content from The Last Jedi and we get to play through it. And we get to play through all of our favorite scenes from The Last Jedi.
Again.
Yeah, it should have been a teal one.
Make it a teal one.
That would be the joke.
That would be a better joke, not just a slightly different shade of orangish yellow.
It's not even a slightly different shade of orange, it's just the same piece. Leia killed a man. You killed a man. You killed them all. You collected them all.
Jacob, please.
What?
Jacob, please.
How is Phasma cooler in the Lego game than the actual movie? In the parody game, she's cooler.
Because the TT game designers love Star Wars more than Disney.
I was going to say they know how to write characters.
Well, they love Star Wars. That I can at least say. Oh, hey, I'm not the story mode characters this time.
I think that was just a TIE fighter, not a TIE interceptor, but...
So did you get one of the challenges already?
No, it was to drop a TIE interceptor, and I'm pretty sure that was just a TIE fighter, so I don't think that worked, but that was a unique way of doing damage.
Yeah? I thought we dropped TIE fighters before. Right?
Well, no, for like this mission, our first way of dealing damage was dropping a TIE fighter.
Yeah.
So now I have to find some other way to hurt her with the stuff that's in the environment.
Oh, maybe it's like the different environments have something unique.
Maybe. Oh, there's this.
Oh. Yeah? Oh, okay.
There's number 2. So let's try and find a third thing to do to hurt her.
Yeah. This definitely feels like something. Right?
Definitely.
Maybe I have to be a Jedi?
Oh, there's this. What does this do? Oh no, we already did that.
Beep bop beep bop bop beep bop bop. Okay, I just bobblehead Darth Vader though. Bobblehead Darth Vader.
Oh, there's got to be something with this, right? This collapsed ATST.
I picked up a stormtrooper. Oh. Hello. There's a big TIE fighter. Oh, there's a smaller TIE fighter. Oh no, wait. Oh no, that's one with its wing chopped off.
Oh yeah, I think they're all the same. I don't think that would count.
There's one that has nothing on it. Among Us.
I don't think we have to shoot a TIE fighter because we already shot one from that roster, so that's going to be the same kind of damage.
Yeah, well, maybe there's nothing else to do in this phase.
Oh, there's 3 BB9s we have to kill.
Yeah?
That must be one of the collectibles.
Ooh, okay. Keep an eye out for
because the thing is, like, that first attack did a third of her health. The second attack did a third of her health, and I'm pretty sure there's 3 phases of her. So logically, each phase would
What's
have...
this? Oh!
Oh, you gotta get that on the mount.
Okay, here we go. It's time.
Like a villager hurt noise.
Huh. These the mumbles sound like villagers. Sometimes they just do that. I heard it with Obi-Wan especially. Wait. Hang on, did it not bring you... Oh. Oh no.
Wow, it's the best Lego Star Wars set. Look, there it goes.
Yay. Hooray. Woo. Oh, now we can start getting collectibles.
There's something up there. Ooh.
Well.
Up. Right. Right. Up. Ooh.
Oh. Oh. Did I... Oh. I think I might have... Oh. Oh.
Well.
That hurt her. You see, this is so much more fun than just throwing TIE fighters at her, right?
Yeah, a lot more fun. No.
Because before we just... No! It left without me! Elevator? Please, my friend? But... Well, I think the elevator left without me, so we might have to come back.
Does it not come back down?
It does not come back down! There's a collectible up there, but I can't get to it because the elevator had a hole in the middle of it that I did not know when I pulled the lever. And now, because I fell through the hole in the elevator that the game designers put there, and I'm blaming TT Games for that.
There's a lever here. Did you pull this lever?
Oh. Hang on, wait. Hold on. Am I just... There we go. There we go. No! Why?
You knew it was there!
Alright, now I get to pull the lever again? Where's pull the lever? You don't get an elevator anymore. You have to fall down on the cold hard ground.
That's cool. Wow! Wow! Trouble, trouble, trouble. Okay, I bet I have to commandeer this thing. Yep. Okay, so there's one more thing we have to do to hurt her. That's not how you're supposed to be beaten now. That's how you're supposed to die.
Wait, did we miss the BB9E for this phase?
I know I found a BB nanny,
Oh, okay.
so we should be good.
Because I imagine there's 3 per or 1 per phase, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Unless there's one in the final segment where we get to ride the AT-AST. Oh. Oh!
Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually
there's
like
something we have to do back here.
okay, I remember what we do for this segment. I remember what we do for the attack phase. Do we do this? Oh no, yeah, you're supposed to go up there, aren't you? Yeah, and then you pull that lever and then yeah.
That was the Incredibles.
Yeah, so that's
That
why
was The
that's why we
Incredibles.
don't have capes, you know? That's why we don't do the capes, you know?
Okay, so apparently the last mini kit is past this, but I don't know if I can't. Oh, I can't.
Because, yeah, it looks like it is up here, you know, at where the thing is.
Got it.
Oh, you got it? Is that the last mini? Nope.
No, there's one more.
No. Oh, BB9E.
No, I killed the last BB90.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay, ATST segment. Did we get all the challenges, too?
Well, no. We have to drop a TIE interceptor on her, which I think is that. No, that's the ATST you have to drop on her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look for a TIE interceptor. It's like a TIE fighter, but it's shaped differently. Oh. I can go behind here.
Okay, so we have to find one more way to damage her and or drop an interceptor on her. Maybe the interceptor was like an option in like the first ties.
Maybe.
But then I feel like you wouldn't be able to get both of those challenges in the same run, which is weird.
Maybe. Pew, 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 pew. Among Us. And another thing we have to keep in mind is that for some reason some of these challenges can only be done in story mode.
Yeah, which is always annoying.
There is a full-fledged ATSD here. I wonder if I can do anything with it, or if it's just there for decoration.
Oh, there is the villain, like, armor box. I guess this would probably count, right?
Maybe. What would you do with it, though? Is another thing, like, on the thing here?
I'm not sure if this would count, because this is just a gun.
It would not count, I
It-
don't think. Can I
yeah.
just walk up there and punch her, actually? Would that count?
Wait, there's definitely a way to get up there.
Oh, is there... Oh, a way up there?
Definitely.
Oh, maybe it has something to do with the ATST, then. Maybe.
How do we get up there?
Huh. Like, do you see studs or, like, a lever or a button or something?
Well, there's solid ground up there.
Yeah?
Which, like, it...
Yeah. Oh. Oh, wait. Huh.
It could also have to do with this guy.
Yeah? Ooh. It does look sus, does it not?
Yeah, it does look pretty sus.
Looks sus, does it not? Oh. An enemy. Unless this is the gun you dropped.
Oh, it's probably the gun I dropped.
Yeah, it's the gun you dropped. Yeah, this looks sus, does it not? Kind of. It's trying to get up, and then it's fallen over, I think is the thing. Which means there's somebody in there.
Yeah,
and
being
that
burned alive.
disturbs me.
Maybe there's a grapple hook somewhere around
There's
here
someone in
that
there
I'm
trying to
missing.
get out of the ATST by, like, raising it or something. Okay, well, there's just, like, an ATST head here. There's an ATST head here that looks like it's wobbling around.
Oh, that's the one that BB-8 must have stole.
Huh. Oh! Oops.
What?
Oh, never mind. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I was worried I dropped one on her. Pew, 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 pew. Maybe we just drop another ATST on her face?
I don't think so. You'd think there'd be a new thing to do, right? There should be 3 things to do in each segment.
Yeah? There's an ATST. There's an ATST. There's an ATST. There's a thing with nothing in it. There's a thing with nothing in it. There's an ATST. There's a thing with nothing in it. There's a thing with nothing in it. There's a thing with nothing in it. And there's a thing with nothing in it. Wait, if I look at it, will it just not bring anything in? Wait. Wait, did it stop bringing in ATSTs?
It did. That's funny.
What? We took too long.
We collected them all.
Well, if... Oh, nope, they're back.
Okay. Well, I wonder, can I can't get over... I can't... Wait, but if I'm on the other side, where the mini kit was...
Oh, wait, hang on. Is it a glitch when nothing comes in there? Because I just saw an ATST fall down and fade out of existence. And I am not lying. I saw that with my own 2 eyes.
I can't reach her like this.
It's on video.
Nope, that doesn't work.
Pew, 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 pew. I wanna... So, ATST head is here. Pew, 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 pew. We can look it up.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's just finish the level and then look it up later.
Okay.
Because here's the thing. You know I do not edit these videos. So you already know how boring this episode's gonna be.
Yeah.
Wait. When I zoom in, my head shrinks.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh. Okay. Now we get into the wreck stuff portion of the game. Oh, you're up here with me. Were you up here with me last time? Huh.
No, it wasn't last time. Last time I was on the ground.
Oh. Was that a glitch when you were on the ground then?
I guess. Well, there's the last mini kit. Okay.
There's the last mini kit. Okay, let's go ahead and win the level then. Beep, 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 beep.
Yeah, well, I can only control the gun. You control the walking, so.
Hey, look, Jacob, it gives both of us a gun this time. That's funny. That's hilarious. isn't it?
That's pretty funny. That's pretty humorous. Real Stormtrooper said a convertible ATST, which is like, that's not like the joke is like, oh yeah, well you're not protected, so that's not very awesome. But also, it's not really a convertible, is it? It's just missing the top. It can't fold back. A convertible implies that the top. Look,
Jacob, it just converted.
Oh, okay. You know what? I stand corrected. I admit when I made a mistake.
And now we get to play the longest level of the game.
Yeah, the amazing climax.
The amazing climax of The Last Jedi, which I love so much in this game. It is rare when the actual movie can do it better than the Lego game. It's rare.
Very rare. Chrome Dome down!
That's saying a lot, because they actually make some good movies in the Lego game sometimes.
Yeah. Man!
Oops.
You skipped the micro build of the Supremacy. Why isn't it having its wing be broken in half? It shattered like glass. Okay. Discover the wind-up mouse droid to destroy the emergency doorway. Discover a shortcut via the protocol terminal. Okay.
So, would there be anything in the Luke Skywalker section?
It doesn't sound like it. There could be canisters, but I don't know.
Bong, 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 bong. The segment's fine in mumble mode. Look at the Battle of Crate! Look at the distinct amount of the Battle of Crate going on.
Ray was drinking and driving.
Now, Jacob, do I need to say how much I hate either you or what you just said?
It can be both. That is acceptable.
I'm gonna die. This game is straining me. I'm emotionally strained. I need my fuzzy dice. Nuh-uh. I want mini kits. No, Kylo Ren. I want mini kits. Kylo Ren. No, I want the mini kits. I want the mini kits. I think they are all in the base.
They might all be.
It does, in fact, look like they are all in the base.
Can he swap to play in the base?
They are all in the... Wait, hang on. Hold on. Hang on. Turn around. Turn around. Back it up. Turn around. Okay. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and fight Clever Ren real quick. Among Us. Me. Meh. 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 Nah. Brr. Brr. Meh. Nah. Brr. Meat. Meat. Ball. Rat. Ball. Beat. Brat. Brat. Oh, try again. Yeah, it definitely had to show you that.
Yeah.
I love this level so much. This is my favorite level of the game, and I love it so much.
Now, can I move this?
Oh.
Oh, I can't turn with this at all.
Yeah, so should you
Okay.
jump out of it?
I can't jump out of it, actually. I can't.
Okay, then
Alright,
I'm
go
gonna
back
go.
to Yeah, go
I'm
back to the
gonna
other
go
room and
back
figure out what was in there,
and
because
get
I
me
couldn't
some
figure that
meat.
room out.
This room?
Yeah.
Back
There's a
here?
lever and like a sparking wire and then a wall that needs to be blown up, but I can't figure out what I'm supposed to put there to blow it. Oh, it's stairs.
Da da da. Wait, is there multiple ways out?
there's a shortcut here apparently.
There's multiple ways out,
Yeah.
apparently. Oh, hello. It's CP3O. Hello, CP3O.
Oh, you can get a code there.
Beep, 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 beep. Create service tunnel doors. Great. Oh. Oh, now I can open the crate. Service tunnel doors. Yay! Crate service tunnel doors. Oh, that's not the right one. I need to find it, actually. Okay. Crate service tunnel doors. Yeah.
You did it!
Yay.
I wish I could get off of this thing.
Yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm.
You do. You really do. Are you sure? Wait. Wait, where are you going? No! Friends! Where'd the friends go? Wait. No. Hang on. Did I lock myself in here? Hang on. No. Please don't. Please. Okay, please don't tell me that these game designers would be so cruel as to make us go through the entirety of this just to find out
You're telling me we went all this way just to find out we didn't have to come all this way?
That's from Bionicle. We were wondering what that was from. That's from Bionicle. I know it now. I heard it. It was Web of Shadows. I remember it now. I remember the reference.
Can I get off of the thing, please?
I'm tired. Oh, I got a crate of TNT.
It's dynamite.
I got a crate of TNT.
Good.
Now it's a bomb
It's a bomb, but now pull the lever.
of TNT. Now what? Oh man, these tunnels are so confusing. Why'd you have to jump in that?
Hang on, I'm gonna try something.
Why'd you have to jump in the thing you jumped into?
Because I thought I could use it to go to that other tunnel and break the wall that you were just next to, like, a little bit ago.
But now we have to do everything again. Why?
And it won't let me leave this, so that's fun.
Wait, no, but come on. Why? Game, please, why? Game, when I want a game, I want something that's not gonna make me exhausted beyond all belief.
I want something that'll make me have fun.
You didn't have to leave that room, you know?
Oh, she did.
Oh, she didn't.
Oh, she definitely did.
Can you please explain to me why she did?
For money.
There's no money out here, though. Okay. Now I'm gonna switch to a character.
Way to
Why
have
not?
all of the mini kits be on a secret bonus path instead of hidden along your main course through the level. That's great level design right there.
That's one mini kit. That's one mini kit. I think we can get through that door somehow.
You have to use the astromech thing.
Yeah, which means I need an astromech. I can't use BB-8 because he doesn't work. You're exhausted too, aren't you?
Yeah.
Man, this is the price we pay for wanting to play Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga today.
You look like
or
Darth
ever
Helmet.
again.
You look like Dark Helmet. Like from the back, the massiveness of the helmet, you look like Dark Helmet.
Yeah.
That's great. You built the lever. Are you gonna pull it?
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Where?
That orange thing.
What orange thing? Oh, this orange thing. You see, honestly, it just looked like part of the door. Now what?
Okay, now there's a pushy thing on that door.
It's a pushy thing, not a pulley thing. It's
Is
a
it
to the
slidey?
sidey thing. It's a I don't know what direction it wants me to push this in thing.
It looks like it's saying to the right, right?
No. Wait. Okay,
Okay, sure.
that's fine.
What? I wish I could help and do anything.
I wish you could help and do anything too.
That'd be great.
That'd be great. And you know what would also be great? Like,
what?
if this game had anything to talk about.
Yeah.
If this level in particular had any, like
interesting parts to it, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I am curious. Like,
it's gonna make me turn to Ray, though, Jacob.
Is this literally all that can happen here?
Jacob, don't risk it.
Okay.
I'm already here.
Alright.
You
What?
risked it.
I hit drop out. How?
No. What?
And now you're what? Okay.
Can you just like hold still? Is that an option? And now it's like why are you going all the way? No, stop. Go back and get the make. Is this I'm not touching a button. Oh, I'm the machine.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do I break this?
Da 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 da.
Oh, what? There's another path for Ray to come through.
Oh, I think that's one of the quests is you find the side exit.
Okay.
But I think you should get the mini kits first.
Yeah, because that'll end the level, right? Will it end the level?
It'll probably end the level. It may just, in fact, end the level.
Because, see, it would have been nice if we could have taken the drill to other parts of the base, because then we could have used it on walls like that. That's
Can
what
we?
That's what I thought would happen. That would be smart game design.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let you do stuff. I could guess I could talk more about Bionicle and how Tahu is actually the least interesting of the Toamata. Maybe Anua, but it's like, okay, well, actually, no, I would say Anua's more interesting. Like, Tahu did the least out of the Toamata in the first 3 years. I haven't read through Legends, and Legends is kind of like, you know, when the Toamata started doing stuff, like, as much as the Mitru did. And so it's like, okay, you look through all these stories, and, you know, Kopaka and Patu sort of had their thing going on. So it's like, you know, they did something that was very memorable. Anua and Liwa had, like, 2 fights against each other in the storyline. Where it's like Liwa would get infected by something, and then Anua had to save him. And then Gali fought the Terakava in that one scene in Monog I really liked. But, like, Tahu, apart from being the leader and the poster boy, there wasn't that much iconic stuff that I can attribute to Tahu specifically. You know?
No, I don't want to be her.
In comparison to the other Toa. And that's an emphasis, in comparison to the other Toa. Because it's like, I mean, I feel like I especially noticed this during the Borat Call stuff, where it was like, all the Toa were doing something, except Tahu. The only thing Tahu did is, like, at the beginning and end when he was with all the other Toa, and then Nuju showed him, or, Kopaka showed him the Borak nest. Tahu didn't do much. And I feel like he also has the least personality of the Toamata. Is that a terrible thing for me to say?
I think that's a terrible thing for you to say.
Yeah. Is that a picture of Darth Jar Jar?
No.
No.
Where's the last picture? There it is.
What is this a picture of?
It's couple of resistance troops with one of the crystal foxes.
Oh, they look like Jar Jar's eyes.
Really?
Yeah, they did. From far away, and also I'm tired.
I'm also tired.
I'm tired. You know, I know, like, I'm pretty sure the guys said this wasn't the case. But, it is my headcanon that Levok Call is still orbiting Aqua Magna.
Oh, this is the big mouse droid we were supposed to use.
Up until the events of 2010, no spoilers.
Oh, we got all the challenges, so it's just mini kits.
All the challenges.
So it's just the mini kits.
It's just the mini kits.
The first one's this one.
Just the mini kits.
Wait.
We could make it if we tried.
Is this through? This is through the drill. Go forward.
Are you sure?
And hit X a few times. Yeah.
Hi.
Was it that easy this entire time?
Wow.
Okay, so there's something in here.
Do you want to go for the left or the right?
I went to the right.
Okay. I can go to the left, which is this direction, apparently.
Am I making food?
You're making food.
Am I gonna feed the foxes? Is that what's gonna happen here? Am I gonna feed the crystal foxes? I'm gonna feed the crystal foxes, Giles. I'm gonna feed the crystal foxes. Look at the crystal fox.
I don't like you saying my name in that voice.
What's wrong with me saying your name like this, Giles?
I don't... They're making her! How does one?
The stretchers are kind of freaking out a bit.
Okay, I need your help to get the last one.
I'm
You gotta
coming,
help
but
us.
I can't sprint.
Why not?
I don't know.
Crystal Fox. Ooh. This looks sus. There's a Crystal Fox up here. Hello, Mr. Crystal Fox. What doing? Hey, Mr. Crystal Fox. What doing? Get in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait a minute. I can end this once and for all. Say I won't. Sit. Say I won't. Sit. 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 Say. Say I won't. Sit. Say I won't.
You won't.
I love it when the red one comes around. Actually, I guess all these colors could be considered color of gore. Like, you know, green would be stomach acid, blue would be like water, pink would be like a slightly different shade of blood, you know.
Well, yes, the famous gore concept of water.
Because it... Well, yeah, like, you know, if you hit the body in such the right way, you know, it's like, you know, you pop a blister, was like water comes out. You know, if you hurt the body in a specific way, water will come out, you know?
But water isn't like a body-specific thing.
I know.
Like, calling water coming out of someone gore would be like saying,
okay,
oh,
it's
hair
blue
falling
blood
out is
from the
gore.
blue veins.
Okay, sure. We'll go with that. Actually, wait, no, I was gonna try this.
What would yellow be?
Mini kits.
What would the color yellow be?
Look for hidden objects amongst the rubble.
Yellow would be... Well, she's probably an alien. She probably has alien-colored blood.
Stop the
anyway.
dreadnought from making any communications. Okay. So look for something amongst the rubble. What does it mean by that?
Among us, the rubble.
Like, how do we break the rubble?
Let me use a Jedi. Let me use a Jedi real quick.
Don't click on Ray, because, yeah. You can swap with someone else. Okay, good. Okay, end this for us. End the suffering.
End of the suffering?
End the suffering.
Where's the suffering? Here's the suffering. Wait, hang on.
Whatever. I don't fart into your microphone. What is wrong with you? What is your damage?
I've done it before. And it was much louder.
You're a monster. Ooh.
I just realized that she pulled out a Lego Star Wars
Instruction manual.
instruction manual.
It's Brew Boy! Brew Boy! More like Poop Boy. Got him. Got him, Coach. Coach, got him.
That's an odd
Coach.
shade of poo.
Coach, got him.
That's an
It's
odd
from
shade of brown
Space
for
Horses. It is from Space Horses.
poop. True, true. I had to do my boy Broom Boy dirty like that.
Okay, if we want to, we can go back into the first level. Because in order to get the stuff for that, we have to not die, and I think we just have to blow up radar dishes on top of the ship. I think is what we have to do. What?
I'm trying to stay awake.
Yeah?
This game is taking so much out of me.
I know. Oh, I skipped the mini-kit.
Alright, so we can go back into the first one. How many of them have we 100%ed? Do we 100% them all?
No. Because we still have those 2 missions in the Phasma level that we're probably going to have to look up how to do.
And then you know how to get it in the first one?
I might do. I'm not positive.
Okay.
It said we have to take out the communications, which makes me think we have to destroy radar dishes for the mini-kit. And then for the challenge, we just have to not die.
Yeah.
Which was hard to do. Yeah, skip the cutscene. Which was hard to do for me because I was just looking around to try and figure out what to do, and I just ran into death stones.
I bionicled.
You bionicled.
Wee. So I don't know if you want help because I tend to die. Oh. Yeah, I get it! I get it! There's TIE fighters!
It is weird that this cutscene doesn't kick in until after you've already, like, destroyed some things on the ship.
So I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't really know either.
Are the radar dishes on the bottom of Mr. the Dreadnought?
It looks like they're on the top, or maybe they're antennae. Maybe they're radar antenna. Because that's what just got me the 1 out of 10 thing.
Don't die. Jacob, whatever you do, don't die. Jacob, look at me and tell me you're not going to die.
No promises.
Look, Jacob, just look at me, tell me everything's going to be okay. Tell me you're not going to die.
We're all going to die someday.
Okay, well, tell me you're not going to die in the next 10 seconds.
Okay, I got 10 out of 10. Was that what I was supposed to do? Did that give us the mini kit?
It better have. If it didn't, I'm going to be mad.
Oh, there's another thing on top of the thing, though. Hang on.
There's another thing on top of what thing? You got a problem with me? Huh? I don't know, man. I'm tired.
There's a 6 out of 7 thing. Oh, 7 out of 7. Okay, that got us the last mini kit. Okay, so now we just have to beat the level without dying.
Oh, that's easier done than said. Meme. Hey, look, the evacuation is complete.
They collected them all.
Hey, look, it's the first ever collection of them all.
It is them all. We collected them.
We collected them all. I collected them all. Collected them all. Okay, so like one thing I don't know how this scene to work. You know?
Yeah?
I'm confused.
About what specifically?
A lot of things. This in particular. They should make an achievement where you just go back to the ship and abandon mission.
Yeah.
That should be one of the achievements.
Listening to Leia's orders.
Listening to Leia's orders. Okay. So now that we got everything, we could just save and exit.
Well, no, because I think the last challenge is beat without dying.
Yeah. So since we got everything, we could just save and exit.
The fact that I can't get those from this angle is annoying.
Why?
Okay. Can I get them from this angle?
Why can't I, like, actually kill these people, right? Like, you know what I'm talking about?
I have no clue. Okay, you can skip the last cutscene too.
But this is so emotional. I'm so invested in the storyline.
Yeah, same.
There's
very
a point
invested.
when sarcasm becomes true again.
The sarcastic sarcasm. When do you reach that level? The layers of irony.
Okay. So I'd say go out in the other room, look up how we get these last few mini kits,
Yeah.
and then we'll tackle that last level. I was worried we didn't get it for
that
a
would have been
second.
annoying. That would have been very annoying.
But look, we got that. Oh, player 2 was the Resistance A-Wing.
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought you entered it in free play mode. I was like...
No.
Eh.
Okay. I'll be back. I'll return.
Okay. Okay, but my favorite book in Adventures was actually Adventures 11, where the Tatorak and Sans Undertale got married, and they had babies, and their babies were absolute abominations, and then Vakama had to kill them all, and then Vakama died at the end. A true Toa hero with a love for music and anime. And then Mata was just watching Naruto the whole time. And also no Toa of Stone ever saw Lee Khan beneath the city. Besides the Toa of Stone that saw Lee Khan beneath the city. I don't know, Bionicle lore is sometimes confusing. I think there might be a few plot holes in the Bionicle lore. I feel like my favorite moment in that book specifically, was when Nuju turned himself into a pickle. And it was the funniest thing I ever seen. I think a close second would be when Akmau took out his AK-47 and just went to town, man. Just, you know, it was a massacre, you know. But Uncle got away with a lot in the children's book series, and I feel like the biggest example is when Akmau took out his AK-47 and went to town, you know? I feel like the most brutal death in all of Bionicle is when Akmau killed Kai Ninjago that way. He just, you know, it's just like a slow motion shot. You can see the bullets from Akmau's AK-47, just all of them as they pierce through Kai's just nubile young teenage ninja body. There's just blood pouring out of every crevice of his body. It was a horrific sight to see, and Kai barely looked like a human by the end of it. And like, okay, I'm not even gonna question how Kai got in Metro Nui at the time, but man, that was my favorite Bionicle Adventures book. You know, if they ever make like a fan-made Bionicle animated series, I don't know. There's the guy who did like the very Minogue style animations. Maybe we want to get him involved. It's, you know, that episode, that, you know, it really pushed the boundaries for what a kid's a quote-unquote kids book series could be, you know? And I had to wonder what was going through Greg Fursty's mind when he wrote that. I hear he was dealing with some tough stuff at the time, you know? I heard that he committed suicide. You know, Greg Farsty, at the time of writing that, he committed suicide. But, like, he still wrote the books from Beyond the Grave. That's how dedicated to the Bionicle lore he was. And I'll never forget that moment. The end of the book, when Akmau gets his comeuppance and is eaten by the Tatorak Sans babies. That was a sight to behold. I also like that Matau came out of the Dutch oven and admitted he had a fart fetish. That was a scene I really related to. You know? I mean, Greg might have decanonized that later on, but in my heart, that's still canon.
Okay. I'm back. I returned.
You found out how to do it?
I figured out how to do it. Here's your controller. Rip your controller. Okay, so in the first section, we do have to wait for like an actual TIE interceptor to come above her.
Yeah.
Um,
And then what's the other quest?
the last one is, I was actually kind of close. That villain box in the third stage with the guns,
Yeah.
you take the bottom gun and you shoot her with it. And I picked up the bottom gun. I was like, do we just shoot her? And then we're like, nah. But turns out, yeah, you do.
Okay. Okay. So, first section, wait for a TIE interceptor.
Yes, wait for the one with the more curved wings.
Alright.
Almost looks like Vader's TIE Advanced.
Yeah.
You can skip the cutscenes.
But I'm so invested in the lore.
Are you? It's The Last Jedi.
It's the last mammoth. It's the last video I'm gonna do on this series. Oh!
Whoa! Why am I Broom Kid?
Your broom kid? I'll let you get the TIE interceptor first, because that's like...
I'll be honest though, these camera angles, everything's kind of starting to blend together. That's a regular TIE.
Beep, 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 beep,
That's a regular TIE.
beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep. Beep, 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 beep,
There's
beep.
nothing on those two.
Beep, 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 beep.
Please, can we get an interceptor? Oh, there's one. There's one. Fingers crossed I don't die from the enemies hitting me in my back while I'm waiting to do this. Can you get your gun prepped in case I die? Because it looks like they're going to kill me.
I don't know. I'm trying.
Okay, I got it.
You got it?
Okay.
Okay.
So you get that bomb and that thing, and I'll try and get the cannon built.
Bip, 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 bip. Bip, 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 bip. Bing bong, bing ba boom. Beep, 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 beep. Now what do we do? Hey, look, it's BB-8.
Hey, look, it's BB-8.
Hey, look, it's BB-8.
It's BB-8.
From the hit TV show, Star Wars. So is the quest just we have to find every unique way of defeating her?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's just that the last one we kind of missed.
Okay. Okay.
And then there's a villain terminal back here somewhere.
I think that was a mini kit. Hey, you can't do it. You can't call me that. You can't call me a mama. You can't do that. That's rude.
You're very cruel. You're a big stinky yellow
Oh yay! This
yellow
scene,
polka dot bikini.
which takes like 1,000 years to play. I played this before. I know what happens. I don't need to see it 1,000 times.
Okay.
Also, I wish this game were better.
I think we all do.
I think even people who like the game admit, I want this Lego game to be better.
Oh.
Again, that one's like the most violent.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get the shot charged up. No, can you... Oh, I think I got it. Okay.
Okay, what's the last one?
Now the last one is drop an ATST on her.
Oh, okay. That's easy. That sounds simple enough. Oh, we need to activate the thing, don't we?
Oh, there's a Bionicle hand in there. And it's the old one, where you can see the axles on the inside, too.
Ooh.
That's kind of cool.
Speak of the bonkle and it shall appear. I don't know, that mouth with that size of head.
And see, like, in that situation, it let you use your free play character instead of changing you to Finn.
I want to wreck shop real quick.
So we know they can do it. They can handle it.
I want to wreck shop real quick.
Okay, I just want to wreck some things.
Before we log off for the day, I want to wreck shop.
How so?
This so.
You really want to do the ATST bit again?
Yes, I do.
Why?
I deserve a reward after all the suffering I went
It's
through.
so slow and sloggy.
But it's an ATST.
I suppose. Yep, we got everything.
I want to take out my frustration on these stormtroopers and this fellow ATST. After all the stuff I've suffered through today. These stormtroopers need to pay for that incredibly arduous recording session we just did.
Yeah, that was pretty rough.
Like Hoth and then that. But I think the worst thing is we started out with a planet hopping segment.
Yeah.
That's really where the problem started. I don't mind doing that at the end of the day, but I don't... Same reason people hate Mondays, you know?
Yeah.
Just at the beginning of the day, dealing with that, I want to start slow.
Why does Garfield hate Mondays? He doesn't have a job.
I think he just hates his own life.
That makes sense. Alright. We did it. We 100%ed it. The Last Jedi!
I like how through this entire session I was just wedged in the corner of Hoth base.
Yeah. Oh, but you're in a lot of studs there.
Told you I wanted a wreck shop.
Okay. So, Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox. Are you gonna end the episode?